Hello guys, it's Craig from fixitfallows, and today I am in a Mini. This is a Mini Countryman. It's I think it's designated as an R60, but it's a 2017 model. 2017 was a facelift year, so if your Mini is from 2016 or earlier, this is going to be different. Okay, so this is 2017 onwards. And what we're looking at today is the drink cup holders. So let me show you. Well, first of all, okay, right, as I said, this is an R60 2017 onwards. So unless your dashboard looks like this, with this sort of center console, okay, this does not apply. But here we are, here's the drink holders. And the drink holders, there's two of them, and in each one you have these sprung lugs, okay, that hold the drink cup in place. Well, as you can see on this one here, the lug is no longer there. These two are fine, these two are fine, but the lug is no longer there on that one. And they are basically pushed through, come detached, and they're in there. So they're somewhere down inside the gearbox transmission tunnel there. Okay, so my job today is to get in there and see if I can reattach them. Okay, so it will also be a kind of guide as how to get under this console should you need to, I suppose, do anything with the iDrive or the park switch. I don't intend to do anything further back here. If you need to get back further here, you have to detach this air vent section, which actually just clips forward. So you just prise forward one side and that comes away, and then that gives you access to the screws that hold your armrest in place. That's 4 bolts in there that come off, so you can get the armrest off, and then you can start thinking about taking this cubby hole out. But to get that out, you have to take this out. So let's get on with that. Right, so there's actually like a rubberized, soft rubberized trim around the top of this cup holder section, and this can just be prized out. You just basically get your fingers under it and it clips in place like that. So that comes out like so. Okay, that can go over there, but we still can't get the drinks cup section actually out because it is attached to the main top part of the console. Okay, now we can also remove the gaiter surround for the gear lever, so you might want to change your gaiter thing there. And again, that's 3 clips. There's a clip, I think on this one, the clips at the front, here and here. So at 12, what's that, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and literally you just put your fingers under there and let me hold the phone in a better position. Get your fingers under there and prise it up. You see, there's the 3 clips, 1, 2 and 3. Now at this point I'm not sure whether I've got to remove this completely or not. Should I need to, we've got to then take out this shiny black section in there. Right, well, for the time being, I'm just going to leave it there. Now, this whole center console thing here, it kind of pushes in forward, so it slots underneath the upright dashboard section. There's a series of clips along here, and we have to lift it from the back. Now, I've already got my fingers under there, but basically it was a case of just getting your fingers in there, starting the gap, and then pulling it up, and it will detach the clips. There are no screws holding it in, and then you can, as you can see, you can then pull it forward. But it's probably best making sure your engine's off. Put the gearbox into a what would that be, 4th? Yeah, 4th. So the gear sticks leaning back a bit, gives you a bit more room, and then you can. In actual fact, it was easier if I pushed it forward into 3rd. There we go, and now back, and it gives us the ability to rotate it around. So from this point you would be able to get to the wiring and that on the back of the iDrive and the park switch, should you need to remove those at all. And I'm just trying to see whether I'm going to get sufficient access to those lugs. So there's the back side of the drink holder. Look, there's where it's meant to be. There's where the sprung thing's meant to be, and it looks like it's actually pivoted here. Yeah, so where's one that's in place? Right, so there's one that's still in place. So if I push the thing in, oh yeah, look, okay, there's my finger. So I'm pushing the cup holder in, and it actually pivots sideways. So the pivot points are here and here, and then there's this sprung bar that creates the spring effect. So I'm hoping I'll be able to retrieve the loose ones from down deep in the transmission tunnel there and just connect them back on. Okay, now should I need to actually remove the drink holder completely, say for argument's sake if I need to take it to the garage to do work or repairs or to replace it, it looks like it's held in by a series of Torx headed screws. 1, 2, and then the same on the other side. So it looks like 4 hold it in place. So this can be detached from this position, so that's good to know. Right, let's go searching for those missing ones. Right, okay, so I've got my torch. Let's have a little look down in there. Alright, I'm going to just see them. I'm going to see them laying down there. There we are. There's one of them. Okay, seems to be all intact. And there's the other one. Ah, no, that one is broken. I'm hoping maybe a bit of super glue on that will fix that. Is the other one broken? No, the other one's not broken. Right, let's see if I can super glue that. Alright, so put a bit of super glue onto a screwdriver. So there. Get a bit of activator on there. Okay, well it seems to have taken. I'm just going to put a little bit more on the back of it. Danger with using super glue like this, building it up in layers, is that you make the part bigger, and if it's in a position where clearances are tight, you can affect things, but I don't think that's the case with this. Okay, so here we are. We've got both of those clips. I've glued the hinge pivot points there back, and as you can see on this one, I'll use a pointer, we have recesses here and here, and open slots. But on this one, what I've done is I've put a bit of electrical tape across the back to close those open slots, and then I'm going to pump in a little bit of hot glue into these recesses. Maybe not all the way up, because we still need these arms to pivot or bend a little bit in order to get them into their hinge locations, but I'm going to backfill in there a bit with some hot glue just to firm these arms up a bit. Right, so here we go. I'm going to pump a little bit in there. Name on that one. Right, that's both of them done, so I'm just going to wait for that glue to go off. Really, I need it to turn white. As you know, with this hot glue, over a course of days and days it goes harder and harder, so we just need to give that a little bit of time. Okay, now whilst I'm waiting for that glue to dry, this is a good opportunity to get in here with a wet wipe and clean all the way around here into all the nooks and crannies that couldn't normally get to, like some along there. I'm just passing time, but give this a nice clean up. Also, when you pull up the gaiter like that, you can get a bit deeper down into the crevices in there. Right, here we go, it's all glued up. Let's offer it in. Okay, that seems to be better. Okay, that one's in. I've just got to do the other one. Right, okay, let's get this other one in. I've had to glue this one a fair bit more because this arm, which had completely cracked. So, effectively, the bottom hinge arm is not going to bend. Why is it not going in? So we've got to get it in there like that. Let's try and get the bottom one in first. I guess it would be much easier to take this whole unit out and do it on the bench. Was my hand in the way the whole time? Look, it's back in. There we go. That's the second one back in. I had to put a lot more glue on that one. As I say, it would have been much easier really to take this whole drink unit holder out using these 4 screws and do it on the workbench. But yeah, we're back together, so hopefully they will stay in place. Right, let's get this back together. Right then, let's jiggle this back into position. So let's try and get the front down first. What did we say? Gear stick forward, wasn't it? There we go. Yeah, definitely gear stick forward. Let's push it home into place. Right, it should just be a reassuring push down. Right, so there's the top cover all positioned back into place. Just to remember, you needed the gear stick actually forward in order to give yourself a sufficient space to get this recessed drink holder down past the gear change assembly. Push it all the way to the front and then push the sides down, working your way down to the back, and then finally get a reassuring click and it goes into place. Finally, well I say finally, then your gaiter, so you've got your 3 tabs, just line them up with the 3 holes. So in it goes. There we go, there's the gaiter back down into place. As I say, I cleaned around there, got it all nice and clean. And then finally it's the drink cup holder surround. Again, just give that a clean wipe around whilst it's out, and that goes back in like so. It's not sided at all, I think it's a symmetrical unit. So just say that, I best just double check. No, it is a sided unit. So if you turn around the underside, if you look at the middle part here, you've got 2 tabs. Well, this tab has got an additional prong next to it. Okay, so that goes nearest to the gear stick because there is a corresponding hole here to take that prong. So ignore my comment about it being symmetrical, it is not. So anyway, there we go, push that in, there we go, all clicks into place. All back together with my drink cup springs functioning. So there we go guys, there is the drinks cup holder on my Countryman R60 2017 model onwards, I must stress. All fixed, okay, didn't have to buy any new parts, just use a bit of super glue, a bit of hot glue, and those springs and hinges should stay in place. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and check out some of my other videos. See you again soon. Bye bye.